Hey guys, what's up? It's Lindsay again, and today I'm going to be doing a video all about me talking all about my program at Ryerson University. So anyone who doesn't know, I go to Ryerson University in Toronto, Ontario, Canada for fashion communication. It's a very specific niche kind of program for Canada, at least. I thought I've gotten like a lot of questions about it, so I think I'm gonna like answer mostly those kind of questions that I've gotten the most, and kind of add in a few things here or there, and just like explain what the program is overall to anyone who like applied or is interested in applying from a student's perspective. Because when I was like looking into the program and wanting to know more about it and like what it actually entailed, I would have found like a video like this helpful to hear from a student's perspective, obviously. And I don't think there's many people in my program, like even in upper years, that have made videos about it or anything. I don't know, I haven't really like looked deep into the interwebs of YouTube. Just my experience and how like first year it is and like what the program is actually about and whatnot. Yeah, my name is Lindsay. If you're new here, I'd love you to subscribe, and let's just get into the video. Oh, I'm just gonna start off by explaining what Ryerson Fashion communication is. I'm gonna read the description to you from the website and see how accurate that is to like what I think it is. Okay, so they have like a "is it for you" question and then like a description of it. So it says, draw from industry knowledge, communication expertise, and your fashion passion to bring to life the latest trends. Craft the right messages for looks on the runway and advance change in the industry. Create advertising campaigns, art exhibits, art direction, magazine stories, and images to inform, engage, and inspire, all at one of the top undergraduate fashion schools worldwide. So that's a pretty good description in my opinion. It obviously doesn't encompass like all the different things you could go into. Like, it's good that it says like advertising campaigns, because it's a big part of it is graphic design and all that. Because when people think of fashion, they think of fashion design, which is physically designing clothes, but there's so much more to the industry than just fashion design. Alright, someone asks, oh, what's fashion communication? It's like basically the business side of fashion, which is true because business can entail like buying, merchandising, all that, but it can also entail like producing fashion publications, fashion advertisements. Like that's all like within the business, because it's the process of marketing fashion. So it's basically the design process, making the clothes, and then the side of marketing those products is how I kind of looked at it. Because I was like, okay, I don't want to physically make the clothes, but it'd be cool to be like part of the process in not producing, but like the process, like the merchandising, the buying, the placing in stores, the advertising campaigns, the marketing. So basically I feel like it all falls under marketing in a way, because you're marketing the fashion products that fashion designers make, because you're the other side of the industry. So it's like marketing, but it's not just marketing. Trust me, you can go into way more than just marketing. That's like the business side of it. When people say the business side, yeah, it's the business side of fashion. You can go into, as the description says, you can go into art direction, which is like directing photo shoots for photography, for fashion magazines and all that, fashion campaigns, or magazine editing. Like what I kind of want to go into is business. I don't like anything creative. I don't want to do graphic design. I don't want to do, like, maybe one day I'll like have to do something like that. Like I kind of like web design or like video editing, that kind of creative thing, but not super creative where I'm the one like creating the brand logo. Like I don't want to do that. I'd rather like oversee that process or like do management in that. Like magazine editing or writing, like I like that more aspect of it, or like the physical marketing. Like I would love to be like a social media marketer or something, you know? So it's definitely a very creativity intensive program. It's not business. It's not, you're not taking accounting, you're not taking stats, you're taking fundamentals of design and color, which is basically graphic design, and learning about like color theory and all that. Taking art history, which is more like theoretical concepts to see where like inspiration I guess comes from, which is kind of cool. And then you're taking like fashion design. It's a common first year with the, so it's hard to like say something and not think of something, so like my brain is like, oh, mention this, mention that, mention okay. So we take fashion design. It's a common first year. At Ryerson, there's fashion communication, fashion design. Two separate programs, common first year. You take all the same courses first year. So communication students have to take fashion design, which is the sewing class, which, happy I did it now, kind of was pretty intense and hard for a communication student. First year is pretty hard for me because I don't want to do anything like super creative. I hate drawing. I had to take illustration. I've talked about that in my last video about my experience, that I hate like drawing. I don't want to repeat all that. Basically, yeah, that's what fashion communication is it's creative. You could do anything from advertising design graphic design to art directory to fashion magazine editing to business like marketing, all that. Yeah, that's what fashion communication is. And I'm gonna answer kind of questions I've gotten about the program. So one of the main questions I got, time management and what the workload is like. In first year anyway, I can't speak for upper years because I've only done first year. I've heard first year is the hardest year, so I can definitely vouch that it was difficult. It's very hard. I'm the kind of person in high school, I was very like, got really good grades. In high school I was very like on top of my schoolwork, got good grades, blah blah blah. So I was very like always like did all my work, did everything on time, blah blah blah. Ryerson definitely challenged me because even being like so studious and so productive in my schoolwork and all, like always managing that really well, I thought high school was hard. And then I got to Ryerson Fashion Communication program. It was just so many projects. Like you have ongoing projects throughout the whole semester. Well, yeah, basically throughout the whole semester because it's like stages of each project, all creative things, and I was not enjoying it. And then you have essays and then exams and midterms. First semester I had 5 midterms out of 6 classes and I still had projects to do. I'm not gonna complain though because it's over now. I got through it. I'm glad I did it because it definitely opened my eyes of what I want to do, what I enjoyed, what I didn't enjoy. But yeah, it's definitely hard. So if you're going into it or considering it, just know it's hard. But if fashion is what you love and what you want to be in, this is the program to be in. You don't want to do design. Even if you are in design and you want to go into fashion design, it is the same first year as what I took. So I don't know if they're changing it anytime soon, the curriculum. I've heard talk of that, but I obviously wouldn't know because I'm just a student. I hate myself and I did extracurriculars on top of school. So basically I was part of the fashion union at Ryerson. So what I told myself was I'm gonna do a whole video on like what to expect your first year of university and all that. I found a big one, like what I told myself, I want to join something at Ryerson. The fashion union was like had a booth at the orientation, not career fair, but like they had like booths outside on like a walk, I don't know how to, like student groups just like lined up at orientation week, and I saw the fashion union and I was like, oh, that sounds really cool because it's like a student, it's basically like student council but for like the fashion program, but it's not organized by faculty really. We get funding from the RSU, which is the Ryerson Student Union, but it's more like student run than faculty run. Like we get support from faculty, but it's student run, and I was like, oh, that sounds really cool. Like it doesn't seem that difficult to be part of, and it seemed really interesting. I was like, oh, that would look, just want to be involved in something. So I applied and I got the position as first year corporate relations rep. I got to work with like all third year students, and it was just really comforting and cool to be able to, because I was only first year on the fashion union like 2018, 2019. It was really like I got to work with second, third, and fourth year communication design students who are all super nice and super welcoming, and like it was comforting to know someone upper year, because you're not just like this first year like only knowing people in your program in first year. It was cool to hear their experiences from their first year and like where they are now and what they enjoy and what classes that I can look forward to taking, which is really cool and comforting just to know someone. It's like being in grade 9 and not knowing like the grade 12s, being like terrified of the grade 12s in high school. Everyone was, like I was definitely terrified. Like it was just like a comforting thing too, so I was like, oh, this is like a win-win. Like I get to join something extra, and I got to get to know some third year and second, third, and fourth year students who had gone through what I was going through. But yeah, their reaction was first year is definitely the hardest year so far, or out of the whole program. So I joined the fashion union. Wasn't like a ton of work just because I was just like the grade rep, but I still had work to do. We had events going on and it was really fun, definitely a good experience, but obviously on top of schoolwork it's hard to manage and keep up, and there's like weekly meetings, which I'm not going to complain about because I was able to manage it like perfectly fine. Like it was just like an hour and it was like perfectly fine. Like I enjoyed going to the meetings and like planning the events with everyone. So I definitely enjoyed that, and I was very lucky to be a part of that, get that experience first year, even though I was drowning in schoolwork. So I was really happy I joined that. I also, second semester, I was an intern for Mass Exodus, which is the student run fashion show at Ryerson. Wowzers, that was a lot of work once we got to show day, but like as an intern obviously we weren't that important in like the production. We just worked with the class and like we're there to take notes and stuff. It was a really cool experience to see, like, again, get to know, like I got me and my friend Meg, you've seen Meg obviously, we were both the interns for Mass Exodus. We both got to like get to know some third years who were in the fashion promotion class who put on Mass Exodus, and it was just super nice to be able to like know someone in upper years and like be able to connect with them about like, and just like talk to them honestly. Like, it was just so nice to talk with them and see where they're at with schooling and like what they want to do in their careers and stuff. I got 60 hours I think of internship hours, so that was an internship. So you have to have 400 internship hours at Ryerson for the communication program. So my tip for people is to start as early as you can. Like, I wasn't planning on getting an internship first year, but it just came, it was an opportunity. I was like, oh, that sounds fun, I may as well. I didn't have a job, so I was like, I mean, I wasn't like, oh, I'm bored, I have no time to do, I have extra time on my hands because I had first year to deal with, but I just like being involved in things and putting things on my resume, so I was like, why not? I have 60 internship hours out of 440, yeah, funny, 400 done. Suggest starting as soon as you can. Like I'm not doing an internship this summer, but next summer I plan to do an internship, or even during my second year. Like, if you can manage it, do it. I feel like I have good time management skills. Like, I always get things done. Even though I procrastinate a lot, I will get it done. Like, that's the kind of person I am. Yeah, that's just the kind of person I am. If you feel like you can't handle it, don't be like comparing yourself to what I did in the first year if you're going into first year, or like just got out of Ryerson first year if you're watching this. Like, don't feel like I'm ahead of anyone, because I'm not. That was just what I decided. I want to be involved in something, and that's how I want to experience first year, just to get involved in community and just get grounded within the fashion community and knowing like upper year fashion students. I just found that really helpful and comforting to be able to complete first year. Like, it was beneficial to me to be able to experience more and like realize why I'm there and like just have different experiences, which was really, really cool. And I thought that was really beneficial to my overall enjoyment of my program, because now I like have an idea of what event planning is like, and that's super cool. I'm going to take the event planning class next year. I'd say time management is hard first year. I wanted to get involved in something. That was my goal, despite how hard my program was. I survived, so if you're thinking of doing something else during first year, like don't join anything like at the start. Like, I joined the fashion union, but I knew it wasn't going to be like, it's not an internship, so it didn't require like a certain amount of hours a week, blah blah blah. It was just kind of something I was part of, so I just want to be part of something. So if you feel like you want to be part of something, immerse yourself into like the community at Ryerson. If you're interested in the fashion program, honestly, like, reach out to the fashion union on Instagram if you want to be part of the fashion union next year. We're always looking for new grade reps and whatnot, or any student group. Like, if you're into, I know there's like an a cappella group at Ryerson, there's like so many, just, or like intramural sports. Like, I want to do intramural sports, but I obviously didn't have time. If you're just interested in anything, just go for it, join it. You're gonna meet so many nice people, and you're just gonna feel more grounded and connected within your whole community. It's gonna help benefit your overall experience of your program and school, I find. Yeah, that was my experience with time management and all that. Completely forgot, I also have a YouTube channel. Obviously you could tell I did not upload as much during the school year. I feel like YouTube took a back seat for me just because I had all these other things that were like mandatory for me to do, and YouTube was kind of just like a hobby, and no one was like counting on me to post a video for a sponsorship or something. It took a back seat, which I really missed, but I tried my hardest during Vlogmas. I'm surprised I got out that many videos during Vlogmas. But yeah, it was something I really enjoy, so it was kind of when I had the time just to sit. I wouldn't watch Netflix, I'd edit a video or I'd film a video because it's what I enjoyed. So that, it was hard not to film, but I knew I still enjoyed filming because I missed it so much when I couldn't film. Like, it wasn't a top priority for me to post videos, but I did as much as I could. Because someone asked me like, you have a YouTube channel, how are you, blah blah blah, but I'm not saying like, it's like a hobby for me at this point, so it was kind of took a back seat, you know. It's not like my job. Another question I got was what kind of, like, because I took an internship obviously, what kind of opportunities does Ryerson offer for internships? And not that just what Ryerson offers, but like what opportunities are there in Toronto for internships? Opportunities in general revolving around revolving around the industry. And I would say 100% yes. Like honestly, there's so many fashion shows happening. Volunteer for a fashion show, get that experience. Like a lot of it's not going to be paid, a lot of it's not going to be an internship, but if you can just get the experience and get like it on your resume, like that's going to look so good because you went out of your way to volunteer for free, obviously, just to get experience, and it's so enriching just to get that experience. I'm definitely going to do that more second year. I really want to volunteer at Toronto Fashion Week. I haven't asked my friends about that, but hey guys, if you want to volunteer at Toronto Fashion Week with me in September, let's do it because I really want to. And I would just say honestly, like volunteer for so many things. Look, like I get so many emails about internships throughout the year for different things. Like there was one for like styling assistant at ET Canada, an internship at like a talent agency. There's so many like social media internships which are really good for like at this day where media is at this day and age. Like social media is such a big part, so it's good to know that kind of marketing I would find, which would be really cool to be part of. So I'm definitely gonna look for an internship when I'm at school again next year that I can work within my schedule. Most of them are unpaid, which is just like a fact. It's just a fact. You have to accept it, but you need these internship hours. And honestly, that doesn't really bother me. If I get experience and I get it on my resume, that's all that really, well, obviously I just want the experience in it on my resume, and I just want to open my eyes to all the different opportunities that the industry has in Toronto because it's such a hub for fashion, especially with Ryerson, the fashion, like the only university program in Canada for fashion and the biggest city in Canada. There's just so many opportunities, internship opportunities. Like you just have to do your research. You get so many emails from the Ryerson faculty, the Ryerson Fashion office about it. So yeah, don't worry about there being no opportunities. There's so many opportunities for internships and whatnot. I forgot to film an outro, but I hope this helped anyone considering the fashion program or going into the fashion program in all of 2019. Yeah, so this is my experience. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Leave it a like if it helped you at all, and I'd love you to subscribe and stick around because obviously I'm gonna be making more videos about my program in general. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in my next video. Okay, bye. Oh, baby.